Hello, hello, hello. We are back again. This is Nanda Lankalapalli, and we have Vijay Bandaru and Suresh Konduru. So, welcome to day three of Regional Scrum Gathering, Hyderabad 2020. So, yesterday there was exciting day again. So, with Dabbawala set, it was like really blown away, and including me, I think a lot of us are really so excited about Dabbawalas. So many things to learn. Today, it's all going to be leadership talk. So, I would like to share a story like the human consciousness, how did it evolve, which is very, very important for leadership as well as the organizational evolution. So, if you think about Paleolithic time, we are talking about old Stone Age. That time, there was not much of uh, consciousness. The human being were like survival instinct. They're just going around and somehow they are trying to live without any much of consciousness of any organization or anything like that. This was about 100,000 years ago. So rolling forward, if you come to 50,000 years, they started assembling themselves into tribes. Though there is no boss or anything, they're just a small tribes actually organized based on what the work they do, like agriculture or maybe hunting and those kind of things. They formed into small tribes, and they started a lot of superstitions and praying to the gods like uh, rain god, sun god to save them. So they also realized that staying together is going to make them more safe. That's why they are staying together. Rolling forward, coming to 5,000 to 10,000 years ago, the ego started. So that's where the consciousness of human being can be categorized from there into four different consciousness. One is egocentric, where I is more important. That's where the bossism, chiefdom, everything started. Like what is more important for me is me, and everything else doesn't matter. And eventually, people started realizing not only me important, for me, my family is also important, my friends are important. So we actually came into picture, not only me and everybody around me also important, which is called ethnocentric consciousness. Then as people started evolving, they started realizing it's not only just the people around us, the whole world is important for us. The philanthropy, the non-government organization like NGOs, charitable organizations, all these things came into picture where people evolved. There's a bigger purpose for life. It's not just me and you, there's a whole world, which is called world-centric consciousness. And then the human being evolved into something called spiritual centric consciousness, where there is only one thing, there is nothing like you and me. Where you see these monks and maybe lamas and those kind of people, they are more like, there is nothing like you and me, everything is just the same. And that is the highest level of consciousness available today. But the biggest question here is, where do we stand? Not that everybody is going to be there everywhere. It's not like putting them in the one box or the other box. Everybody would have different types of consciousness. I would have egocentric consciousness as well as ethnocentric consciousness and also world-centric consciousness. I'm not reached the spiritual level yet. And if you look at the organizational context, spiritual probably doesn't work much. Whereas the world-centric, definitely a lot of organizations are doing social responsibility activities. That is definitely world-centric. Whereas what we want for agile is ethnocentric. Ethnocentric is about we mindset. That means it's not just me, my team. How can I make my team better? That's what is more important. But if you noticed, most of the organizations and individuals, managers and individuals, everybody is stuck in mostly in a egocentric consciousness. They haven't evolved into ethnocentric yet. And that is something everybody need to start thinking about. How can I evolve into ethnocentric consciousness where I can care about people around me, not just me? All right. So basically, that's what I would like to talk about. And that is the available consciousness. Anybody want to learn more about this consciousness, you can read on something called Spiral Dynamics, where there's a lot of explanation about this evolution of consciousness. And also yesterday, a lot of people asked about Dabbawalas and they're so excited about it. I just want to make an announcement. I talked to Ritesh and also offered that we are going to set up a fundraiser. And I also set up the fundraiser. He need to get approval from his trustees. And so I'm waiting for that. And at the same, I'm going to share with where this fundraiser is set up, which platform and all that. And I take this platform to pledge that I'm going to pay 50,000 rupees from my personal side as a donation to Dabbawalas as my appreciation for that. And so once the platform is ready, I'm going to let everybody know if you are interested. All right. And all right, with that said, I cordially welcome everybody to day 3. And today we have excellent talks, a lot of leadership talks, including the keynote is going to be amazing. Be prepared for that. And with that, I'm going to hand it off to Vijay Bandaru to take it forward by explaining what's next here. Right, Vijay, it's yours.
Thanks, Nanda. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. 2 days just gone by just like that. We didn't even know that we have completed 2 days of conference so far. So if you look back yesterday's session, Dabbawalas, that was so exciting, and people started sending so many messages. There are many, many messages from people throughout the session. So much emotionally connected, and people started surprising. If you ask those Dabbawalas what is Agile, they may not be knowing that word Agile at all. But they have been Agile, right? So 2 things that we have to think from the speech given by Ritesh: intent versus instructions, purpose versus profit. So these are the main things I think I have a takeaway from that session. This reminds me a story. Few months back, before this pandemic started, I was doing a class in Bangalore. It's a CSM class. One of the participants was a CEO from a small company. In a coffee talk, he shared an experience with me. Being a CEO, I have to be in my office till late night. So that is the reason I'm not able to spend on any other items which I want to focus. So I generally asked him, why do you want to stay in office for longer? Then he said, if I leave early, my employees also will leave early. Then I asked him one thing: have you ever told your employees why they're doing what they're doing? He didn't understand. Then I told him, did you tell them the purpose of the work they are doing? Then he started realizing. So after a bit of talk, then again we completed the discussion, and then the session was done. The best part was, after 3 months, he called me back. Hey, Vijay, remember we had a discussion. You asked me to tell my employees or ask my employees why they're doing what they're doing. I just tried that and it started working. You know what? Now I don't need to sit in the office to supervise them or manage them or command and control them. Instead, I am focusing on bigger things. My company started growing. That's what he said. I felt very happy. So, Dabbawalas, even we were having a discussion yesterday night. One of the volunteers' friends, Gaurav, was saying there was a role called Mukaddam, he mentioned. So Gaurav was saying, I'm sure if you closely observe them, that Mukaddam role is exactly same as Scrum Master. But they don't know who is Scrum Master and what is the responsibility of Scrum Master. But they might be doing the same, right? So it was a great session, and people were saying it was the number 1 session throughout the conference. So apart from that, we had some top-most sessions: enterprise agility, EAT impediments, Scrum at scale approach by Jeff. There were around 150 people joined the session. Under the product agility, we had Naveen Nanjundappa, one of the CST community members from India. He has shared a lot of insights, advanced concepts about product release and how smart people release product to get ahead. Also, Agile Coaches as Engagers by Arundhati Datta, and Why Scrum Works by Snehamai Kulkarni. And we had a few of our CST colleagues joined for CSP launch to give some insights of CST preparation, and we had CSP launch to give CSE preparation also. So overall, it was a great session and a lot of fun as well as excitement, emotional connect, and a lot of learning under product agility and other areas, coaching. So today also we have a lot of exciting sessions. especially my mentor and friend Pete Behrens is going to join us to give us keynote. So I will hand over to Suresh. So he's going to take us through what is today for us. I'm also very excited. Thank you so much for joining, and stay tuned.
Thank you, Vijay. Oh, what a great 2 days they were, and I felt very short 2 days as well. It was a lot of excitement, at the same time so emotional about the sessions, especially the Dabbawala. A lot of people were talking about it. And when we completed the session and I saw the chat yesterday, there were so many messages, so much of appreciation, so much of realization. For me, one wow moment from that is the internal excellence and the external excellence. I think a lot of us, at least me, teams around, we focus on that external part. I think the internal excellence is something which is something like great realization, at least from that talk for me. And after the session, it was like an emotional journey and suddenly a drop. It took a couple of hours for me to get back to normalcy yesterday. And looking at the messages, I felt it is somewhat similar for many of us. And excellent step taken by Nanda. Thanks. I'm sure a lot of us will be able to contribute, just giving a little bit back to the community, and a community which inspired us so much. I saw a lot of messages. People use these principles in their regular trainings, coaching. So excellent. Thanks to Ritesh and thanks to the Dabbawalas community for inspiring so much yesterday. And the amazing sessions, some of them listed by Vijay. I was also interacting, networking with several people in the conference, and I figured out that it's a great conference so far. A lot of learnings, individual sessions, the keynotes, everything has been very good. And we have an exciting day today. Pete Behrens, one of the leadership gurus and my own guru, and more on the leadership space. He's right there, just waiting for us to just invite him onto the main stage. A couple of more minutes and he will be there talking about giving us the keynote. And we have more sessions lined up today as well, so I'm sure you're all enjoying the sessions. CSP launch, just to remind you once again, there are going to be a couple of CST Q&A sessions by my very close friends and colleagues. Apeksha Patel is going to be there again, and Satisha, the other CST, is going to be there. There is also a CTC, a Certified Team Coach Q&A session, just in case you are on the path and you have some questions. There are a couple of certified team coaches out there who are going to help you. And not to mention about the coaching clinic, I'm also getting good feedback in terms of one-on-one coaching sessions. So I'm sure you will be able to utilize some of that. It's just any statement, any problem statement that you would like to define for yourself and be coached and figure out answers for yourself. Jerry is doing a great job out there, so please utilize his services as well. And networking, I think that's one of the biggest hits in this conference. It was 3 minutes on the first day for some time, but later on, based on feedback, we adapted, we made it 5 minutes, and people are finding it value. I personally met several people in the networking. Everything was great. A lot of people talked great. So hopefully you'll be able to utilize this. And today we are going to have a closing note about 8:45 India time for about 15 minutes or so. And there ends the conference around 9 o'clock India time. But after that, the platform is still open and you can continue to network after that for about an hour. I'm seeing last 2 nights, even middle of the night, there were still some people talking to each other, finding friends and exchanging information. I think this is a great sign. And that's one of the purposes this conference is, to bring people across the globe. And I guess, we are truly there. And one last thing before we close, like the last 2 days, please let the world know about the fun, the networking, the information, the knowledge that you are gaining here. And hopefully you will be able to make a difference by just posting a message on LinkedIn or Twitter. #RSGH2020. Thank you, everyone. Please stay tuned. We are going to bring Pete Behrens on board in a minute or two, and don't go away. Stay back. Thank you.